What's going on, Paladins fans, and welcome to another patch overview. This one's going to be for CB30. In CB30, we'll see the release of the newest champion, Makua, who stands on the front line and brings enemies to him. His main weapon is a ship cannon that fires a cannonball, dealing damage to a single target. His right click is a hook. He'll be able to bring targets to him if he lands it successfully. His Q is going to be a turtle shell that projects out and defends his teammates around a certain area. His F is going to be Shell Spin, where he quickly dashes forward, knocking targets back. And finally, his ultimate Ancient Rage increases his maximum HP and puts him into a melee mode where he'll deal lots of damage in close range. Along with Makua, we'll also be releasing a brand new map called Temple Isle. This has been an experiment for us to test out a different take on the game mode Siege. You'll still be capturing points, spawning payloads, and pushing those toward the end point, but in a little bit different style. Typically on the Siege maps, you'll spawn in a base and move out into an open map with 3 different points. Now we're trying to lay out the areas for each individual point. We saw that the connective tissue between the points ended up becoming problematic. If we wanted a single point that was tight and had very tight side routes, that would actually block off the point that was next to it. And so in this new map style, you'll spawn in a base that is completely blocked off from the world with a portal in front of you that will take you to 3 distinct areas. These areas are on the same map and in the same map style. These areas cannot be reached from each other and will be a little bit tighter and a little bit more contained. This allows us to create distinct routes around the capture point that don't affect other capture points. We've also introduced a new overtime for the capture point. Now, the payload push in Siege already has an overtime mechanic. We're just going to borrow that and put it on the capture point itself. This is how it's going to work. If the enemy team has touched the capture point in the last 6 seconds before you try to capture it, it will trigger an overtime phase where you have to keep them off the point until the timer runs out, and then you'll be able to capture the point. We like the gameplay around the capture point and the push and pull that comes with it, but we feel like sometimes it ends abruptly when both teams were vying for the opportunity to capture it. In CB30, we took a hard look at how players kill other players during the match and what role mounts play. On the new map style in Temple Isle, you'll find more verticality points, tighter corners, as well as a lot of cover positions to get around. This allows certain players to capitalize in different areas, whether you're playing Barrack or Kinessa or Buck, and explore what your character is best at. And we feel this helps enhance the experience while during a match and what levels of strategy you can incorporate. It's not just about the loadouts you bring and the burn cards you choose, but also where your character is best played and how you can capitalize on that. So in this patch, we'll be adjusting how much damage characters deal as well as how much HP certain characters have. Characters like Fernando and Barrack will be going up in HP, and their shield values will be increased as well to enhance their tankiness. And certain characters like Kinessa or Cassie will start dealing more damage while having less HP and a little bit more exposed. This means that on the new map style, you'll have to use the routes a little bit more interestingly and also combine with your team to make a very strong strategy. The mounts themselves also prove to be a little bit difficult on the new maps, given the fact that some characters, like Fernando, were not originally designed to be a flanker. Being able to mount during the match or maybe right on the point itself meant that you had routes available to you that probably shouldn't be. So Fernando can hop on his mount and go around when really he was built to stand and fight on the point. So we'll be adjusting how the mounts work on the new map as well. When you come out of the spawn room, you'll get 10 seconds of mount. This will get you to the point faster and limit the amount of time you're walking back after respawning, but it means you won't be able to use your mounts in combat. It will be really about using the map space intelligently. We hope these 2 changes increases the amount of strategy that the character will be able to employ during a match, and also means that it'll have a different pace feel that will match the new map style. We realize some of these are pretty substantial changes, and we're really excited to hear your feedback on how you feel about the new gameplay. Also, this patch will be the newest Mad Scientist Pip skin that'll be granted for free through the Refer a Friend system. For more information, check out the Refer a Friend page in the client as well as the Refer a Friend page online at Paladins.com. For more information on the patch, check out forums.paladins.com for the full patch notes, and I'll see you in the realm.